Seems more and more lately, people really want to know where a business comes from and is it stable and can they trust you? And so I think it's appropriate, given those questions, that people have a little bit of an idea of where Amdahl Hearing came from. And Amdahl Hearing obviously is my creation. And so I guess the story starts with me. I graduated college in about 1994, so a long, long time ago. And I got into audiology and started to realize that I really, really like the technology. And even more so, I liked the conversation that involved figuring out what kind of problems people were having and then solving those problems. And right after school, I ended up working a job in Michigan just because I needed a first job, and was able to very shortly thereafter kind of move back to Minnesota, where I worked for a private practice. And I started to learn some very specific things. One is that technology remained to be fascinating to me. I loved looking deep down into the technology and figuring out what exactly I could do and how could I apply that technology to each individual problem to get the results that I was wanting. I think the other thing that I learned, and this was a little bit disturbing, is it didn't seem like the bar was set very high as far as patient satisfaction, meaning it didn't look like we as an industry were really doing a great job. And so, being very young and full of a little vinegar, I decided that I would go to work for a hearing aid manufacturer in the education and training department, and I would learn as much as I could about hearing aids, and then I would teach the rest of the industry how to do a better job fitting hearing aids. And I would say I succeeded in one of those endeavors. And the one that I succeeded in was that I learned a lot about hearing aids. Boy, I had some of the greatest mentors, some of the earliest innovators in the industry, and my time with them and my understanding of where the industry came from really helped in my progression. As far as being able to train people to do a better job, maybe I just wasn't a great trainer. In any case, it didn't work out great. And finally got the idea that I would start a practice. And if I thought I could do a good job, and a really good job, and maybe even a better job than most, it was time to put my money where my mouth is. And so when it came time to look at, what we were going to focus on, I focused on one thing, and that was better results than anyone was getting anywhere else. Make sure that people were satisfied above all else, and making sure that nobody ever paid for anything that they didn't really feel was worth it. And so in 2006, opened our first office in St. Cloud, Minnesota. About the year after, we expanded into Alexandria, Minnesota, and fast forward now to the future, from 2006 to 2022, we're now in 5 locations and in 2 different states. Now, we still, as we get bigger, we still are focusing on just that one thing, doing a better job, period. The patient has always come first for us, and their satisfaction has always been the most important thing that we focus on. So if we are recommending new technology, we're not trying to sell something, we're trying to improve your hearing. And the one thing that's stayed the same since day one is I don't want anybody paying anything unless they are absolutely satisfied. So that's a little bit where we came from, and I hope that helps you to understand that when you come into Amdahl Hearing, you understand what we stand for and what we're all about. Hey, if you're having trouble with your hearing, please give us a call. Our phone number in town, 320-252-0094. Find us online at amdahlhearing.com. Shoot me an email at info@amdahlhearing.com as well. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you really like what we have to say and you want us to keep up on everything that I'm thinking about, go ahead and subscribe to the Amdahl Hearing YouTube page. Hey, I'm Kevin Amdahl. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon.